warm, I'm sorry. And if I could open a window, I would. You are not the only one with a fan. There's somebody back here with a fan. I got the same thing during church this morning, don't worry. I believe me, I would ditch this if I could. I just wanted to let you know that we are taping this and we're going to post this on our church site. It would just be this side that you're going to see. We're not panning to you guys, so don't worry about that. So nobody will see that anybody's hot. But thank you all for coming for this. It's just an event designed to share some information about the wonderful resources available in our community, and a chance to get together and to gather and just share all the knowledge that we have and the resources we have in our community. Is there anything? There are cookies and juice, cheese crackers. Is there milk? Coffee, milk. Okay.
Water.
And always water. We're going to go in order that the list was sent out, which is I have over here. Everybody gets 5 minutes apiece, except for Matt, who has 2 groups, so he gets 10. And I'm going to go grab my phone.
Actually, I'm only going to talk once and let someone else talk.
Matt is delegating. That's a rare thing for a pastor. So I'm going to have Sharon. No, you're near the. Who's from my congregation that's near the edge? Can you run to my office and get my phone? It's on my desk. Please, and thank you. Okay, yes, you can walk to the office. You go in. Oh, Carol's got it. Never mind. Sharon, Carol's got it. Carol's got it. So I'm going to invite Pastor Matt up for our first speaker.
Okay, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the Manitowoc Warming Shelter. Okay? So I'm going to start with big picture, and then we'll kind of focus it in a little bit more. So, big picture is there is this nonprofit that's about 18 months old here in Manitowoc called the Neighborhood of Manitowoc County. Our goal is to address the unhoused in Manitowoc and to provide a continuum of living for folks from immediately on the streets into transitional housing into their forever home. And we have 2 main projects right now that we're working on. The first is the old Lulling School. Any of you know what the Lulling School is? How many of you know what McKinley School is? Yeah, you're too young. They changed the name. It used to be the Lulling School, and they changed that sometime after McKinley, got assassinated, and then they made all the schools in the presidential names. But in 1891, it was the Lulling School, and all we know is that by the 20s or so, it was now McKinley, the consolidated schools, wanted to have all the schools named after presidents. So, we are turning that into approximately 34 low-income transitional apartments. Okay. The architectural plans for that are almost ready to send to state. We're at that point where we're kind of doing the last review on those. You may have read recently that that building is now on the National and State Registry of Historic Places. Okay. That may not seem like a whole lot. One is it's a preservation of our history, which is awesome, but that is one step in for us of getting historic tax credits to use. Historic tax credits can be 40% of the building cost. So we're looking at potentially a $10 million rehab, so that can bring us, $3 million plus into that building. So that's a necessary piece. Things seem to be moving a little bit slower there, but that's okay, because unless you all you and your friends come up with the other $7.5 million that I need right now, we're not ready to start building anyway. But that is in the works. So that's kind of the first piece, big picture out there. I mean, we're probably looking at least 3 years down the road, okay? But it's a dream, and if there's no vision, the people perish. What we are doing right now, feet on the ground, is the Manitowoc Warming Shelter. So we have been, this November 12th, when we open up, will be our 4th season. We started operating, so 3 years back, or 4 years, depending on our seasons crosses years, so every one number it. At First Presbyterian Church, because there was a young woman that froze to death one night here in Manitowoc. Now there were some other contributing factors to her death, but the reality is that if she had had a place to go when she got out of jail, maybe she may have made some better choices that day. Maybe she wouldn't have made any better choices, but would have had a warm door to walk into, and someone could have watched that and prevented that death. That really kind of spurred us to get going. So we were at a council meeting at our church, and somebody said, do blank or get off. And so we decided we were going to do something about it. Pulled together a bunch of people, and the warming shelter came into being. Like I said, we're ready to start our 4th season. This year, we will be moving from First Presbyterian Church into the Lakeshore Cap building, or former Sacred Heart Church, for those of you, again, who are longtime folks. Why do we have to move? Well, I'm going to put it to you in a sanitized version that is the most polite. It was strongly shared with us in a meeting that 3 years under an emergency state permit had kind of reached our limit, and that we needed to be in a different place in order for it, because after a while, emergency began to look more permanent. We found out later that maybe that didn't have to quite be that way, but we had made that operational decision. So anyway, now we'll be paying rent there, so it did cost us some money. But it's also another step that helps us learn eventually when we get a permanent shelter how things will be different, because this one is set up with some different rooms, different eating rooms and a gathering room, so it's going to help us learn how to do some things. We're still able to have 12 individuals. So individuals come up, they line up at night, and guess how many times we have more than 12? Probably about 98% of the time. Okay? We've had as many as 21 there at one night. So what do? We used to do first come, first serve. We didn't like that because that encouraged people to go outside the building in the morning and then sit outside the building all day. And they weren't going, first of all, it was dangerously cold. That's why I told them. But second of all, it denied them certain things. My time is almost up. I'm taking some of my other time. So, never ask preachers to talk for only 5 minutes. I can't say anything. But we do a lottery system, so we get 12 chips, poker chips with one color in the bag. They all pick out one who's got the right color for that night gets to stay. The others we try to give a dinner to. We try to resource them, and then they have to be out by 9 o'clock. It's not the way we want to operate, but it's the way we need to do it right now. And every person that isn't outside for the night is making a difference. You can stop by our table. I'm back in the corner in the little meeting room back there, and you can ask more questions. I know we may not want that in the upper week.
Well, that was the way to introduce myself. I was so nervous about that. So, I guess I got the embarrassing part of it out of the way. Anyways, my name is Kristen Schrader, and I'm here to speak about community dinners at First Presbyterian Church. Community dinners started about 19 years ago by a couple by the name of Angie and Scott Clarkson. They wanted to feed the people of the community that had food insecurities. They created community dinners. Community dinners started off feeding per week about 15 to 20 people. Throughout the time, the course of their first year, it went from 20 to 30 people. I came in on the 2nd through the 6th year. That was my first time. I'm back again. And came in with the idea that we were here to feed body, mind, and soul. We have asked throughout these 19 years, no questions of any community member that comes and asks for meals. So they can ask for 1 meal to 20 meals, we don't care. We're here to feed. We do not want anyone to go hungry that doesn't have to. So every Wednesday night, throughout myself, other members of the community, and different volunteers from different organizations have come in and helped prepare meals. We have a group at the end of the month called Swinging Sides from the recovery community that has come in and helped us with so many wonderful salads. We have a group from Ascend that comes in on the first Wednesday of the month. We have a group from Casa that has cooked meals on the first Wednesday of the month. This has been an incredible journey for myself because I love people. You wouldn't guess it right now because I'm so nervous. I feel like an 8th grade girl giving my first speech. But anyways, I have cooked and been in and out of the restaurant business for almost 40 years of my life. I have done every aspect of that business from dishwashing up to management. But cooking is where my heart lies at. I love to create. And I love to give back to people that in this community have given so much to me. Every week now, we feed between 150 and 200 people. It used to be in the beginning, we were fortunate enough to have enough volunteers where we could do dinners inside and post meals. Unfortunately, 2020 came and we all know how it affected so many of our lives and changed them forever. And unfortunately now, but fortunately, we still get to do the meals, but people drive up and we serve them that way. I would love to have anyone come up and talk to me today because we are always seeking volunteers. We are always seeking donations because of the factor, especially right now, we had just a little bit of issue with our stock room, so we've lost probably close to 700 pounds worth of food that we have to toss. Unfortunately, we got an infestation of kitchen moths, so that's what I spent my weekend doing. But we are always looking for people in the community to come and help us with this mission. So if anybody would like to try and come and do a Wednesday and help cook, I would love to have you. I'm sorry, this is going to be short, like I said, my nerves are short, right? But please come and talk to myself or Matt at the table, and we would love to have you come and join us, and I especially would love to come and have you join us because I can always use the help. So thank you very much for listening. Sorry it's short, but thank you.
Everybody kept saying, we need to turn this into a nonprofit, we need to turn this into a nonprofit. Ashley and I, we kept saying, no, we're not gonna do that. We don't know how to do that. We're not gonna do that. And God kept saying, yes, you are. Yes, you are. So we argued with God for probably at least a good half a year. And whether we liked it or not, we were going to start a nonprofit. So we did. And the community came together to raise the money to start our nonprofit. By the way, our nonprofit is completely community ran, Facebook group, community ran. From there, the nonprofit took off. It's been doing well. In April 1st, we opened a community center here in town. It is a community emergency relief center. We just recently joined the team for Manitowoc County, the emergency relief team. So we are on call for the police and the fire department, Salvation Army. United Way, they can call us and we'll come to where they are. Our community relief center upstairs is a hangout place. Anybody is welcome to come anytime. We have crafts that you can do while you're there. You can play video games, have a cup of coffee, just come in to say hi, keep warm. Board games, instruments you can play. You can do job searches. We'll help you with building resumes. We also have sort of, in a sense, tried to become a hub of resources. We want to be able to tell people about what all of you guys are doing and what's available to them, because not everybody knows. We don't even know. Every day you turn around, we're like, what? I've never heard of that. Well, we want to be able to hear about what you're doing, and we want to be able to send people to you. Our motto is come sit with us. That started because of the Facebook group. It wasn't enough to message with people. You can't always understand what each other's trying to get through to each other in a Facebook message. So just come sit with us. That was the reason for making the center. Just come sit with us. Let's sit down, let's face each other in the face, and let's talk about what you're going through. We will make calls with them. We will give them the resources that they need. We will sit down and make calls with them. And if we have to ourselves, we will drive them to every appointment that they have to make sure that they're getting the help that they need and utilizing the resources that are available to them. We want to build people up. We want to show everybody that they are not small, they are big, which is a lesson that we have to learn, and we're still learning. You can do big things. Everybody can do big things. Do you have anything? All of our inventory, so at the center, we have inventory on hand for people who are struggling or they may have just hit a hardship in their life. We have hygiene, toiletries, cleaning supplies, medical supplies. We have walkers, canes, commodes. We've got knee braces, elbow braces, pillows, blankets. We give out one-man tents sometimes when people are in need of them. What else? Oh, we just started doing the birthday kits. You get a cake, card, the whole shebang, and the pan to cook it in. And we nominated Julie, even though she didn't know it, that if somebody can't bake, she will.
We're looking for volunteers. We're always looking for volunteers to come down to the center and help us restock the inventory, talk to the people that come in through the door. We're also looking for donations, hygiene.
Everything that we have, we've gotten from you guys, from the community, to give back to somebody who needs it. So if we don't get donations from the community, we don't have what we need to give out.
Thank you for letting us talk.
I was nervous. I was actually going to offer Matt a few of our minutes.
Brandy? Brandy? You're pitching it, okay. I'm just reading the envelope there. You could just be Brandy today. We won't tell her, don't worry.
I'm not as good as her, so I don't know I could actually. She's much more organized. She's our executive administrator, so. I'm Chris, I'm one of the co-executive directors of Core Treatment Services. 5 minutes and I'm a former preacher, so you give me a 1 to let me know I got 1 left.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna do my best on this, I practice, so.
Okay.
So how do you encapsulate this type of organization in 5 minutes? I'll do my best. CORE is a response to a need in a community at one time that was hurting and had very limited resources when it came to mental health and substance use. Now, my friend Jason Latva told me he was going to be here today, but he's not. But I blame him for CORE because Jason came to our community about 7 years ago to start a program called Drug Corps, which I believe if that program never started, CORE would have never existed. Because my journey into this was a response to the needs that happened. And the reason he came to our community, because at one point, from now again, preacher, so if I mess up the statistics, I'm sure I can be corrected. But at one point, Manitowoc County was 6th in the number out of 72 counties in needs of priority, right? So out of all 72 counties, Manitowoc County was 6th in need when it came to substance use. CORE is an idea that just because we lived in a small community didn't mean we could not create and provide the necessary resources people need to be well. CORE is a belief that no one is hopeless, and given the right tools, people can change. We saw this demonstrated just last year in 2024. We served more people than ever before. In 2024, CORE served 1,843 people throughout the state of Wisconsin when it comes to substance use, mental health, and co-occurring situations. CORE has become to me a personal inspiration as many of the people I served early in this journey now have become co-workers with us in this mission. And our first mission was to create Manitowoc as one of the healthiest recovery communities in Wisconsin. Now it's kind of grown, and our mission is to create healthy communities every place we go. As we have taken some of the models that we've done here and gone to other small rural communities and developed the resources there, so if somebody comes to us for treatment, when they go home, they have everything they need to be well. Including now, we've had invitations to come to some Native American reservations and assist them in their process, as Native Americans in the state of Wisconsin die at a 3-to-1 rate an overdose compared to non-Native communities. CORE, in regards to this room, is a small part of a community ecosystem represented by many of the people in this room. See, one of the greatest statistics I've heard recently, I said we were 6th. Today I heard we were 22nd. CORE is a small part. Clap here and take my time. CORE is, and I'm trying to take my time. CORE is a small part of a much bigger system that literally proves if we come together with one focus, one mind, really dedicated to help people, we can actually make a difference. And for me, as I said, I was a former pastor. CORE is a calling and a ministry. Although we're not a per se faith-based organization, as the book of James tells us, if you see a person in need and you do nothing about that person's need, your religion is useless. CORE is me living out my faith, not just on Sunday, but the other 6 days, as we provide help for those who are hurting, hope for those who feel they're hopeless, and hope to communities, that every community has and deserves the opportunity to be healthy. If you want to know more about CORE and some of the specifics of what we do, I invite you to come see. I may not be there, just me and my God son are hanging out. This is going to bore him to death, so we may take off. But Brandy will be at the table. She's amazing. She knows everything. She probably knows more about our organization than I do because of some of the work I'm doing now. So thank you so much.
Supervisor at Lighthouse Recovery Community Center. Lighthouse Recovery Community Center opened the doors in October of 2018. Our mission is to serve individuals, empower individuals that are seeking recovery from substance use disorder. We do that by providing education, resources, and recovery support services. We also do that in a safe and social atmosphere, and we honor all pathways. So I think most of us are familiar with the 12-step route has been, in the past, kind of the route everybody has moved to, but we have lots of different options. We have Codependents Anonymous, we have For Agreements meetings, we have adult children of alcoholics. We definitely honor individuals that are receiving med-assisted therapy, and harm reduction is also a big part of what we do. So what does Recovery Support Services mean? That means that an individual with lived experience, with additional education of peer support specialists and recovery coach training, are walking alongside individuals, and they're helping them to identify what their pathway of recovery is. They're also helping them to, it's person-centered, so whatever their recovery goals are, those recovery support specialists are there to help them overcome any barriers to achieving those goals. So we also have pro-social activities. So our center is very family-oriented, so all of our activities are open to family and friends and children. So we have art and recovery, we have yoga, we have wellness, we have our family dinner every Tuesday, which is our staple place to get together, to pray together, to laugh together, to watch all the kids run and be safe and healthy. So we have our peer advisory council. So our recovery community organization is for the peers, by the peers. So our peer advisory council, they are the ones that have a voice to share what it is exactly what the local Manitowoc recovery community can need or is in need of. And so they create all different types of ideas, groups, projects to help the community out as a whole. In 2020, Marco Treatment Services, who had served this community for 42 years as a treatment facility, closed their doors. And with that, they also generously donated 3 of their properties to us. So next thing you knew, we were expanding into recovery housing. So we have 3 different types of recovery housing currently. Our highest level of care is for individuals that are usually coming out of treatment or incarceration. And that has 24-hour recovery support services available to individuals. That houses 6 females, 6 males, and we also have 2 crisis beds through Manitowoc County Youth Diversion in that facility. So we also have the lofts. Lofts are a little farther down the road when people are ready to move on and get into a little bit more independent. So those are independent houses, 6 men and 5 women. They still continue to work with the recovery support specialists and get regular UAs to make sure that they're still on the right track. So that is a stepping stone. And last, we had our original center remodeled, thankfully due to a state grant a few years ago. And last year, we opened up the Port, which is a recovery house specifically for women and children. So Charlotte is 1 year old. She had her birthday yesterday. She was the first baby born at the Port, and her mother is currently doing work experience with us. So much like Chris had said, hiring people from within really is what makes the organization so successful. It's really giving those individuals an opportunity and to honor that the lived experience really does help others along the way. So we do have a recovery center down in Sheboygan too, so if you have friends and family as well, we do have a Lighthouse Center in Sheboygan just down the road. That's it. So, thank you.
I'm gonna invite Hope House up. I've given up on the names on the envelopes. Yeah, I have. Actually, yours is correct.
I am here. Good afternoon, I'm Jan Gronke. I'm the Executive Director of Hope House, Manitowoc County. In 2005, a group of individuals had the idea that the homeless population of families with children, single women, and couples needed somewhere to go. And so they started a rotating site of sleeping in different churches and facilities throughout the city of Manitowoc. In 2017, they moved to the old, this would be for you that have been around for a while, into the Wellness Photography Studio on the corner of Custer and 35th Street. And that is where we currently reside. We have been housing the homeless families with children since 2005, as I said, and this is our 20th anniversary year. We have seen 93 individuals go through our doors as of August 31st of this year, which is almost as much as we had last year in 2024. So the need for homeless facilities is very great in Manitowoc, especially because people don't think about the families needing places to go. Because in Manitowoc, there are a lot of individual families who are one paycheck away from not having a place to live. Just 2 days ago, we received a phone call from a 25-year-old couple with an infant that is only 3 weeks old. They've been residing in their car since before that child was born. We were able to get them into the shelter because we did have a place for them. But I can't tell you how big our contact list is. We have way too many people in Manitowoc who can't afford to live in the housing that we have. And as part of the neighborhood, we are hoping that we can help that by having a transitional low-income facility that we can get these folks into. When someone does pass through our doors at Hope House, they want for absolutely nothing. They spend no money to be there. We hook them up with all of the different services that are out there. A lot of our people love gracious givers. And for toys and clothes and things that they need, they don't need anything when they come. We give them hygiene products, clothes, food, bus passes. If they have a car, we'll hook them up with a mechanic if they need their car fixed. When they leave us, we go with them. We have an aftercare program that helps them along the way after they leave, and we keep track of them for many, many years. And many of our volunteers today come from those that we've housed before. And so we appreciate that, and we appreciate all of you that do the same thing we do, but in different ways. If you want more information, I'm sitting right out there in the middle. And come and see me, and we can have a nice conversation. Thank you.
Kara from Lakeshore Cap. You're welcome.
Good afternoon. I am Kara Rohr from Lakeshore CAP. So to start, Lakeshore CAP stands for Community Action Program. Most counties in the state of Wisconsin are served through or have a CAP organization, with the exception of Calumet, Ozaki, but most of them have a CAP organization. So like I said, we are a community action program, and we serve Door, Kewaunee, Manitowoc, and Sheboygan County. Most of our programs cover all 4 of the Service County area. However, there are a few of our programs that are not covered in every county. So the purpose of our organization is to work to eliminate poverty through those programs that we have. We have about 14 programs that range from supportive housing, which includes homelessness services, homelessness prevention. We have family development programs, which are home-based services. We have food security programs, operate a pantry up in Sturgeon Bay. We have a mental health facility up in Sturgeon Bay as well. We just received a newer grant to distribute diapers in our 4-county service area. And just for some information, for September, we did distribute over 4,800 diapers and pull-ups. So that includes diapers, pull-ups, baby wipes, and ointment. Last year, we served over 3,100 individuals through these 14 programs. I think that's about it. That's probably the shortest.
go out on a limb. Is Michael here from the Salvation Army? Okay. Okay, Michael.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Michael Pearson, and I am a new face here at the Salvation Army, Manitowoc County. And I wanted to start things off a little bit differently and ask you guys what you know about the Salvation Army. So when I say Salvation Army, what's one of the first things that come to your mind? Carolyn. That's it. Toys for Tots. Toys for Kids. Church. So we are all of those things and a whole lot more. One of our main staples that we offer is the food pantry, which is open 3 days a week. And we, last year in 2024, served over 250,000 pounds of food. So about 250,000 pounds of food. We also operate a mobile pantry, which provides food to senior living apartments and income-based housing throughout Manitowoc County. And people can also, come and contact us for someone who might live out of the area or who couldn't make it to the mobile or make it to the pantry to get assistance with food. We also operate the Toys for Tots and Coats for Kids programs, which are yearly annual programs that help keep kids warm and provide gifts for families who may not be able to afford them. Some of the other programs that we offer are social services programs. Someone had mentioned CareLink. That's a program that we work with, I believe it's 14 different churches in the local community, and they ask our congregations for donations, and then we take that money that we get from them and take referrals from the churches for people who might need assistance with rent, with utility payments, cell phone bills, or automotive repairs. But we also do have social services beyond that, which include a program called Pathway for Hope, which is a case management program and works with setting goals for families and individuals to build a stronger future for themselves and their children. Something else that we also work with is the Emergency Disaster Services Program. We have a vehicle that we can bring out to any emergencies that happen in town, fires, or what have you, and provide warm blankets. If it's during the wintertime, we can provide food and drinks for any of the individuals helping out the firefighters in first emergency response, and also for the survivors and those affected with the incident. So we also have opportunities for kids and adults alike to attend summer camp programs, which is located at the Army Lake Camp in East Troy, Wisconsin. That's a service that we're able to provide oftentimes for free for most people. And then we also have our spiritual and religious side of things. The Salvation Army is a church that was established in the 1800s in London, England, and we still operate that church here with a service at 11 a.m. every Sunday. And we also have men's ministry, women's ministry, Bible study every week, and a Celebrate Freedom program, which is specifically for prison aftercare support. So we have a whole bunch of different resources, and we'd love to talk to you about it back at our table later on today. So, thank you.
Tracy from Peter's Pantry. All yours.
Hi, my name's Tracy Buckingham. I'm the new general manager over at Peter's Pantry. I've been in that position approximately a year and a half. So I'm learning a lot every day. Peter's Pantry did open up in 1988. Okay. We opened up in 1988, and we are a pantry that gives out food to individuals once a week. We ask that you fill out an application to get the food, and all we ask for is your address, because we feed the people in need in about Peter's Pantry is we have no income requirement. The reason we did that, we believe that if you are willing to stand in line for food, sometimes up to an hour, hour and a half, you probably need it. And we did not want any barriers saying that you make too much money, you don't deserve to have this food. Peter's Pantry runs totally off of volunteers. We are always looking for volunteers. That includes people working in the pantry, taking our clients around, helping them shop, or it includes our drivers going out. We have drivers going to different places, mainly the Walmart, the Aldi's. That's where we get the majority of our food festival. If it's been on their shelf for a day or two, they usually pull it off. It's still perfectly good food. They are just replacing it with something else, something newer, fresher. It comes to us. We immediately put it in the freezer, put it in the refrigerator, and we want to get it out to anybody that needs it. One of our things, and I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, you can shop weekly at Peter's Pantry. A lot of the other pantries in the area, we are always working together with, but sometimes you can only shop there monthly. And part of that is due to government regulations. Again, they are reducing the amount of income that they have to purchase items. All the pantries are important. We are all working together to get food out to the people that need it. Approximately, we serve 200 families a week, and the average family walks out with 60 to 100 pounds in their shopping cart. We totally run on donations. That food pound average comes to about 60,000 pounds a month. So if anybody knows people that would like to volunteer, we are looking for them, just like all of you guys are looking for volunteers. One of the personal things for me is my kids grew up. Wasn't sure what to do after they grew up. Reach out to those young people, younger-ish people, and I mean that maybe they already raised their families. Let's get them out there. They've got a lot to offer people and organizations, and I know we can fill up a lot of these spots. Thank you.
I just take this with me, it'd be easier. Belinda knows the list. I'm ready. Some people call me a control freak because I know my order. Anyways, I'm Belinda Esquinas. I'm the Executive Director of the Crossing of Manitowoc County. Our mission is simple: a healthy family for every child. We focus on the well-being of children by empowering the parents and by working with them, supporting them with education, with material support, emotional, spiritual. We are a Christian organization, and we run our organization based on biblical principle. That is not a requirement for anybody receiving our services. All our services are free, confidential. There is no any eligibility requirements other than you're pregnant or you're raising children. So this year we expanded to support women during pregnancy with expanded services. So things like birth planning, lactation support and counseling and things like that in the year after the baby is born. And we hire a perinatal coordinator, navigator, and in about 6 months she's seen a lot of clients, over 400 visits. And this is key period of a woman's life and in a child's life as well. It's called critical window, that if parents are surrounded with the support they need, the levels of stress diminish,
and therefore they're able to be more present and respond to a child and their needs. So we also serve about 250 clients a year, and as I am sitting there listening to all of you, our clients all probably, many of you are also serving. So we are all doing good work and working for the same goal, to strengthen our community and to make it prosperous and successful in different ways, right? So one of the main programs that we have is called Earn What You Learn, and that is education with rewards. Our parents come and take parenting classes. They're all video-based. They earn points, and then they use those points to shop for diapers and wipes and formula and clothing and cribs and high chairs and all the things that a child needs. So I love this program because it promotes the dignity of the individual, and there is a sense of pride and responsibility and ownership as they are working to provide for their families. So we're open 4 days a week. We're downtown Manitowoc. We try to be the friendliest place in town, and as many of you do too. And we rely as well on volunteers and donations, and we are very blessed to be doing this work and invest in the community in generations to come. So, yeah. God bless you. Thank you for all you do. Should be Alex. Yes.
I'm so happy I get to be in the pulpit. I'm going to take this time to read Matthew 25 in its entirety. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
Does that be Greek or Hebrew?
Aramaic.
Oh.
Anyway, no, I'm just joking. I'm the executive director for the Haven of Manitowoc County. We're the men's homeless shelter. I work closely with a lot of different organizations that are coming up and doing things, so I'm happy to see all my friends here. The Haven's mission and vision is we envision a world where we can engage the community to make sure that no man ever has to face homelessness alone. We want to be able to connect with people and get them access to the resources that they need, get them a roof over their head, and get them the stability that they need to be able to engage the resources to become successful and then eventually become contributing members of society all over again. There's a myriad of different problems that people can face that might lead them to finding themselves being homeless, whether it's criminal history or mental health or substance use disorders or employability issues or, or. It could be a ton of different things. So the way that we help deal with all those types of things is we have a case management program, so that way anybody who enters the program is meeting with the case managers every week to kind of get an idea of where they're at, what they need, and get them connected to exactly what can help them overcome their situation. Our program has staff because we're a 24-hour emergency shelter, but we also utilize volunteers to cover shifts and help us with projects like cleaning and all different kinds of stuff like that, and also watching overnight, watching the shelter and interacting with the guests. Other parts of what we do is we also provide clothing, food, hygiene products, furniture, small appliances, any type of things that might help people when they're starting out on that journey of moving into their own place, their own apartment, their own house. So any of the guys that come in, sometimes you might come in with just the clothes on your back, so we can hook you up with whatever types of clothes that you might need, and when you're ready and find your own place, then we can help you furnish that place too. We have a couple different programs going on right now through some grants that we received over the last couple of years, so we are helping certain people with rental assistance right now. We also have a hotel voucher program, so if there's individuals that for whatever reason we can't get them in immediately, a lot of times we're able to get them a hotel for a day or two, so that way we can sort of figure out their situation as soon as possible. We also have a transitional living house over on 19th Street, which was donated to us by WAF. They're expanding their factory, so they have some houses that are going to get bulldozed, but right now they're letting us use it for transitioning people out of our program and into being fully stable. I'm also part of the neighborhoods board, so we'll be interacting with that transitional living program as it develops, and hopefully maybe in the the next few years be able to also expand more of our own as the property becomes available and things move on with the church. I think that's pretty much everything. I will shout out one big thing that we have coming up is on October 24th, we have the 10th annual Cardboard City, which is a collaborative event with us, the Hope House, and also Habitat for Humanity. This cardboard house building competition. We're going to be out there overnight raising awareness for homelessness, so if you want to come and participate in the event, you're welcome to come. We'll have speakers. Justin Nichols will be there. Jason Krieger will be sharing his lived experience, and we'll also have a data presentation from someone who's in the housing realm that can tell you more about the numbers of what's going on with homelessness in Manitowoc over the last decade. And then we'll also be giving out a trophy. There will be food trucks and live music, so it'll be a really good time. So come on out and join us. Thanks.
Nikki?
Good afternoon. I'm Lynn Gertman, and this is Nikki Wolfman Funk, and we are with Pink Heels of Manitowoc County. First thing I want to say is Pink Heels is not just about breast cancer. That is such a big misconception in our community. Everybody thinks just because we're pink, we're breast cancer. Our mission is to assist financially and emotionally any man, woman, or child who is going through any type of cancer who lives in Manitowoc County. So with that, we have started our group in February of 2012, and since we have started, we have assisted over 620 individuals with over $550,000. So we try to make a huge impact in this community. You might see our pink ambulance and our pink fire truck. They are both named after two children. The first one, the fire truck, Colton, he had neuroblastoma, and unfortunately, he gained his angel wings. Our ambulance, Elena, is named after a little girl, and she is thriving, thank God. But these vehicles are living memorials, so anybody that, if you know of anybody that has cancer, gone through it, battling it, you can write in honor of, in memory of, you know, leave a little message for them, and it stays on there forever. Our organization is made up of all volunteers. It's 100% volunteer driven. The money goes all to people who are battling cancer. We also, in order to get the money, you go on our website, it's pinkheels.us. You look under Need Assistance and you click on that, and then you fill out our form, and it's very short. You ask, tell us what bills you want us to pay, and we don't just pay cancer-related bills. We will pay house payments, we'll pay rent payments, we'll pay utilities, we'll pay for drugs that maybe insurance won't cover. You just give us a list of what you need, and then have your doctor fill it out and then send it back to us. Is there anything else that? We're always looking for volunteers. And I think, ask the question, why volunteer? You can share a skill. You can have personal experience with any one of the issues that are in our community. It's a good way to get to know your community. It's a good way to have an impact on your community. You meet new people and you become part of a team. You can be an agent of change. You can build your resume with it. And we even take students and, like for students, we wouldn't have them deal directly with cancer patients, but we always have like broad fries. And we can have them hold merchandise, things like that, so they can get volunteer credits. So like everybody else, we're always looking for individuals that want to come help us out. And we only ask that you do what you're comfortable doing. Like if you're not comfortable talking with cancer patients, we would never ask you to do that. So with that, I want to thank you for your time, and God bless you all for all that you do in our community.
Sarah.
Hi, everybody. I'm Sarah Meyer from Encourage. Encourage started in 1980, and it was the Manitowoc County Domestic Violence Center, which is where we remain. But in 2010, we also, the Sexual Assault Resource Center transitioned to the Domestic Violence Center, which led the resource change. So Encourage provides services to victims of sexual assault and domestic abuse. We have a shelter, and when people are staying in shelter, we provide all the basic needs that they need: food, hygiene items, cleaning supplies, water, so all the things. We have a 24-hour crisis line and our staff 24 hours a day. We provide emergency transportation when someone needs to come to shelter. We also offer individual and group supportive counseling. So that's not professional counseling and therapy, but it's supportive counseling and support groups. We have staff who offer legal, medical, educational, and financial advocacy. So what that looks like is assisting people filing a restraining order, accompanying a victim of sexual assault to the emergency room for a forensic exam, helping people get connected with educational and financial resources. We offer services for children who have witnessed domestic abuse. We also provide community education and professional training, and we accompany victims as they go through the criminal justice system with their perpetrator, or because of their perpetrator. Our services are all free and confidential. We have a crisis line that's answered, as I said, 24 hours a day. We have a few programs. We have a shelter, but we also work with people who are not staying with us, which sometimes people don't think of. But people don't always need to stay in shelter. They might be able to stay where they're living with some additional support and safety planning. And we sometimes have funds to provide items that might make staying in their home safer, such as locks and cameras, things like that. And we also have a housing program. It's called the Rapid Housing Program. We can offer rental assistance for up to 24 months. You have to be on a list to get that. It's a program that's, it's too complicated. But it's a great program. If you get into it, to have rental assistance for 24 months is a big help to get people on their feet and be able to remain in permanent housing that is safe and affordable for them. While they're in that program, they receive case management and they pay 30% of their income. For folks who are staying in shelter, we also offer case management, legal advocacy, whatever kind of advocacy really that someone needs. And they stay anywhere from a couple of days to some months. It all depends on everyone's individual situation. We, of course, like everyone else, rely on donations, and you can always use volunteers. My table is right outside the door, and we're listing the volunteer opportunities and all the other things that we do. Thank you.
I'm gonna invite everybody who spoke to come back up. That's because I was gonna say you walk in there and come back up, that's why. Okay, I would like the tall people, it's a group picture is what it is. So it's just a group picture. So each of the people that spoke, each of the organizations that came today, each of the organizations that came today got a gift from the congregation. It's a two-part gift. Every year this congregation does a huge rummage sale. So part of that gift comes from the community that came and gathered and came away and came to our church and shared generously and took away some goods to their own houses. And then part of it is from the church itself. So we'd like to thank it's our way of thanking the community for supporting the church. So we're passing that saving back on to the local organizations. So thank you for all that you do for the community.